Hey MJ traders and investors, it's Rod with Power Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth for an MJ Sector check-in. Today is Thursday, February 18th. And in today's video, we're just going to run through the topic of the day being CGC and MSOS, both in daily downtrends. So there's not really much news to go over today, and I had some things come up afterwards and feeling a little beat today. So pretty exhausted, feeling a little burnt out, so we're going to run through this a little bit quicker today. Again, wasn't a whole lot on the news list, so we'll jump into some charting on CGC and the overall Canadian and US sectors. So before we jump into it, make sure to hit the like and subscribe. So as the title of the video suggests, we have a daily downtrend here on Canopy. After setting a daily bear flag, we set a daily lower high into a lower low. We lost EMA 12 and 26 and closed below it today. We have no support on the daily down here until 32.47. And we cautioned and we cautioned and we cautioned. And this is why we remained protective and we scaled out of a lot of our positions, or at least I did anyway, and saved yourself about 35% worth of downside. So when we run hundreds of percent, we can easily pull back 10, 20, 30%. And we're now in a significant momentum shift to the bears. And even if we measured that daily bear flag, that would take us down to about the $25 area as a potential measured move. And we have support there around 32. So hard to say whether or not we would make it to 25. I'd say we would likely bounce around that 32 level. And we are starting weekly consolidation. So now that we're in a daily downtrend, if this wasn't a clear enough candle here at the end of last week to make you, a little worried, then there's something wrong. We had a huge upper wick and bearish reversal candle there on the end of last week after we knew that weekly consolidation was due, and we broke the previous candle low last week, signaling that we could be seeing more prolonged consolidation. And then when we had the weakness in SPY, that added a little bit of fuel to the fire, so to speak. And today SPY was bouncing into the end of the day, but didn't change the hourly trends. So we're not confident that the daily higher lows are set on the broader market, but CGC was going the opposite direction. So CGC going down when SPY is going down, but also going down when it's going up, and notably weaker compared to the overall broader market. So we are seeing a lot of selling pressure and profit taking. So we'll look for potential support around the 32 level on the daily. On the weekly time frame, we've got EMA 12 down there at 33, so could be a nice area to target some entries. But in order to be confident that the weekly higher lows are set, we need to change the daily trend. We are cooling off the RSI here as well. So on the monthly time frame, I don't think we were overbought. No, we were not. We had that monthly bull cross of those EMAs. So we'll see if bulls can step in here and save this monthly candle, but so far not shaping up very well, a little less than 2 weeks to go. But again, we need to change that daily trend back to an uptrend to be confident that weekly higher lows are set. But you can bet there's a lot of people looking to buy these dips, and we knew that weekly daily consolidation was going to be coming at some point. Just doesn't really feel like it's ever going to happen in the heat of the moment when everything's raging bull. But first step will be hourly trend changes, and then daily trend changes going into tomorrow. And even on the smaller time frames, we must be in daily 5-minute downtrend. Yeah, so that's a heavy downtrend and selling pressure. EMA 12 acted as resistance the entire day on the 5 minutes, on the 5-minute chart. So we need to change the 5-minute trend. We start with the 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute, zoom out to the 15 minute, the hourly, and then the daily. And if we can change all of those time frames, then we'll be back into uptrends on the monthly, weekly, daily, hourly, etc. So moving on, taking a look at the bear list, we had SNDL. I highlighted, a lot of people were asking me if I liked SNDL. I remember covering it back when it was almost at $1, and I said I liked it here. I think it was at like $1.20, and I said I like it around $1. And we got down to about $1.10. We never lost $1.10. And then shortly after that, we rocketed to $4. And I had people asking me at $2 and $3 if it was a good buy then. And I said, no, I still like it around $1. I'm not willing to overpay for a company that's only a couple years old. They just raised about $1 billion, and it's going to be a lot more challenging now that we're seeing daily downtrends and just shifts in momentum. And this is why we need to be careful, because when you run hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of percent and you're trading at crazy multiples on your earnings, and you're only a young company, a couple years old, like from that high, we are down almost 65%. So if you didn't take profit, you might be kind of kicking yourself at the moment, but we do have a pretty big cup and handle here forming on this weekly chart as well, but a little bit more of a pullback than we would like to see. So ruling out the cup and handle, but feel bad for anybody who got trapped in this. That's a pretty nasty pullback. We broke that inside bar bearish. TLRY, so not the reaction we wanted to get today from the earnings. So again, we didn't absolutely crush earnings, so that is likely why we didn't break to new highs, and we saw weakness, gap down in SPY, and overall just selling pressure in the Canadian MJ space. So not the day that bulls wanted, but again, they didn't. We've run hundreds of percent, and they didn't completely blow the earnings out of the water, and we're still bullish compared to where we were. We were just at $7 not that long ago, a couple of months ago, and we were up to $67. So again, when you run hundreds of percent, there's going to be tons of selling pressure, and we ran 700%. So still down quite a bit from those highs, but relatively speaking, we're only down 60% off, coming off a 700% run. Not uncommon for that to happen. So I'm going to wrap it up here on the bull list. We had NSP, XLY, Oxley, and TGOD was flat. APHA closed down 6%, but standing out stronger here. CGC confirmed a daily downtrend. ACB confirmed it. Actually, we just broke the inside bar, but we lost the daily uptrend. So we didn't confirm a daily downtrend, but we lost the uptrend for sure. And APHA never lost the daily uptrend, and we haven't confirmed a daily downtrend yet, so APHA standing out stronger. CGC weaker, already having confirmed the daily downtrends. Cron on the verge of setting a daily downtrend, but we still haven't lost the daily uptrend at this point. Hexo, again, set up better for a bounce here. We've got support down at 691. And we are still in a daily uptrend. But we could be on the verge of breaking to a lower low and confirming a daily downtrend there as well. OGI. So again, still in a daily uptrend. Looking to form a base of support there off EMA 12. Not looking too bad. VFF. Same deal, still in the daily uptrend, scouting a daily higher low off EMA 12, and needs to hold this low here at 1514 to avoid confirming a daily downtrend. So just taking a look at the weekly chart for CGC. So we're still above the 10-week moving average at $33, and the stochastic is very bearish at the moment. We had a bearish cross, but MACD is still bullish at this time, and on the moving averages, we do have the whoops, that's not the right ticker. We do have the 50 looking to potentially curl up here through these longer term time frame moving averages, but we are consolidating on the weekly, and we're still a long ways away, all the way down at $25. So again, that daily bear flag would line up with $25 measured move, and that's where we have the 100 and the 200 weekly moving average. On the daily moving averages, we have the 100 down at 27. And we have the 50-day moving average at 33. So I would say we likely hold support here at 32 and 33 if we do see more selling into tomorrow and weakness in SPY. I would anticipate at least it to hold on the first attempt to hold 33 and 32, maybe set a lower high here compared to 43 or 40 if we're weak in SPY and weak in the overall sector and MJ. and then maybe a break of that and a test of the 100 moving day, the 100 moving average, daily moving average down here at 27. A lot of support in that 25 to 27 range and around the 32 and 32 level. So look for potential support bounces there and look for resistance here at the 43.41 level, and then the recent highs up at 56.50 on the daily. We also lost the 20-day moving average, and we have the 50-day moving average down here at 33. So again, a lot of confluence there in the 33 area. So taking a look at US MJ, so again, SPY hasn't changed that hourly trend, and we saw a gap down today in SPY, and MSOS has been tracking SPY and notably weaker here today as well. And we did confirm a daily downtrend. We didn't really set a big enough bounce. We had resistance here, or sorry, we had the high of this candle here was 53.24 and then 53.45. So if you wanted to argue and say that wasn't a big enough bounce, and this is all the same pullback, I wouldn't argue with you. And based on the size of this move, I would probably say it's still in a daily uptrend just based on how strong we have been. And we are trying to hold EMA 12. So at this point, we're just expecting likely an equilibrium. But we technically did have a higher high here and a bounce. Wasn't a very big one, but broke to a lower low. So nonetheless, we are still seeing a significant momentum shift to the bears, and we need to see these hourly trend changes. We're in an hourly downtrend, and in regular trading hours, we need to set hourly uptrends. So we'll want to see a bounce and then come down, set a higher low and a higher high. Whoops. Let's try that again. Come down, set a higher low and a higher high, change that hourly trend. Then we can be confident that the daily temporary bottom is set, and we'll look for potential resistance here at 53.45 and 55.91 on the daily. But we do have EMA 26 down here around the 47. We had previous all-time high at 47.55. So not entirely out of the question that we need to go there and test those levels. So on the bull and bear list, we had MJNA, KHRN, and NBEV. CXXI was down quite a bit. TAT not getting any love after its launch in the US. It's down over 8% today. MMEN, VREO, and KBEV was flat on the day, so not a lot of green in any of those, in both sectors, both US and Canada, but just wanted to highlight BAM here. So BAM did lose the daily inside bar. We had support at 95, we hit 94, so we broke that, but a little bit of a fake out. And we're back within that range, so we'll be watching that. We'll consider that we'll just ignore that for the moment, and we'll still consider this another potential daily inside bar tomorrow, 3 in a row. So we'll watch to see if it does break. We could be heading to 91 or the 82 to 75 cent range. And again, SPY consolidating is obviously going to affect that. CL holding up better with it's consolidating on the daily, just like, it's just like SPY, it's tracking SPY and obviously correlated to the weakness there, but we are holding these lows. So we have support down at 1890 and we're holding EMA 12, which we've been holding this entire time since we lost it the last time. So that's going to be a crucial level tomorrow. And if we do lose that, we'll likely be heading down here to the $18 range. But if we do lose that low, we confirm daily downtrends and significant momentum shift. Cura. So we have support here at 2026. Wouldn't want to see it lose 20 psychological, but we do have EMA 26 there at around, it's at 1970. But we're just scouting daily higher lows compared to 1662. GTII, same deal, needs to hold support here at 43.86, looking good on EMA 12. Watch for EMA 26 and a higher low compared to 30.22. And we'll just move on to TrueLeave. So all holding EMA 12 well here for the big tier 1 MSOs. So watch EMA 12, watch for hourly uptrends being confirmed to dictate daily higher lows being set, and make sure you establish your game plans. What are you going to do if we confirm daily downtrends on other names? Seeing these clues from MSOS and CGC and a few other LPs and the weakness in SPY the last few days, we could see a potential gap down on SPY tomorrow as well. So in summary, just make sure that you have a plan and be ready for more downside, because it can always go lower than you think. So with that, thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth for an MJ Sector review, and we'll see you tomorrow after market close for a daily market recap. Take care, everybody.